Hello yogis, namaste, and welcome to your heart chakra vinyasa practice. Obviously, this is my favorite chakra, not just because my name is also heart, but because this is our center of love, joy, compassion. It has 3 chakras above it and 3 chakras below. Our heart is considered to be the balancer of all things, and I just love that intention that love will bring balance to all other things in your life if you let it. So in today's practice, we're going to work on opening up the heart chakra while having fun with some balances. We'll start off today's practice in a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana, placing our hands over the heart, closing the eyes, and just starting to notice the breath. Not changing it just yet, not judging it, just tuning in. Maybe the breath is shallow and shaky. Maybe it's already steady and deep. Whatever's going on, it's okay. We send love to our inner being as we extend each inhale and exhale a little bit deeper. As if each breath were a love note to your body. You can use this moment to set an intention for today's practice. Maybe asking yourself, what deserves the light of my love? And how can I expand on that? With this intention in mind, we'll inhale, arms come overhead, palms meet. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms, little back bend. Inhale back up. Exhale, releasing your hands back down to the mat. And from here, we'll make our way to a tabletop position where we'll start warming up the spine with Marjanasana, cat-cow. Inhale, dropping the belly for cat pose. Exhale, arching the back, tucking the chin under for cat pose. And just moving with your own breath. Feel free to bring in any organic movement that might be calling to you. This could be hips side to side, going back and forth between Balasana and Up Dog, and really just tuning into our hips, our spines, and asking ourselves, what do I need today? Finding our way to a neutral tabletop, we'll tuck the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hips in the air, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. It's our first down dog of the practice, so feel free to pedal out your knees, move your hips, take whatever you need. Our next inhale, we're rounding the spine forward, hips drop as we push ourselves to an upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Really pushing the earth away. We're not sinking through the shoulders, we're pushing up and through. Beautiful. Letting the head tilt back. Exhale, setting your hips back, Balasana, child's pose. Reaching forward, your heart is melting into the earth. Deep breaths here. Walking our hands over to the left side of the mat, we send our breath to the right side body as we open up through the right rib cage. Deep breaths here. We'll come back to center for a deep breath here. And walking our hands over to the right side of the mat, we send our breath to the left side body as we open up through the left rib cage. Coming back to center, we'll take another deep breath here. Our next inhale, we'll rise back up to tabletop, moving through cat-cow, or finding that organic movement. Coming back to a neutral tabletop, we'll inhale our right leg into the sky, finding a tiger pose. Really activating that core, we root down in our right hand, and as you're ready, left hand reaches forward. This is a beautiful place to stay, but if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, we can reach behind, grabbing that back leg for a full bind in tiger pose. Staying connected to your breath will help you balance here. Exhale, we'll gently release out of tiger pose, coming back down to the mat, taking a breath for cat-cow or whatever you need. And as you're ready, we'll inhale our left leg into the air, finding our tiger pose. Rooting down into your left hand as you're ready. Right hand reaches forward. Staying connected to the breath. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach behind, finding that full bind in tiger pose. Deep breaths here. And if you fall out of this pose, it's okay. We just remind ourselves that this is a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. We'll release from tiger, coming back down to tabletop, taking a breath for cat-cow. And from a neutral tabletop, tucking your toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hips in the air, downward facing dog, Adho Mudra Savasana. Pedaling out the legs, taking whatever you need. Our next inhale brings your right leg into the sky, bending the knee to really open the hip. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands. We'll inhale, rising up, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. With our arms overhead, our fingertips trace along the ceiling as we open up through the heart chakra. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, palms melt through heart center down to the mat. We inhale, right hand into the sky, little twist, rolling out the wrist. Exhale, right hand comes back down to the mat. Right foot meets the left. In downward facing dog. We'll take a breath here to pedal it out, find what you need. Our next inhale brings your left leg into the sky, bending the knee to open the hip. Exhale, left foot steps between the hands. We inhale to rise, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana on the other side. Finding that tiny back bend, opening up through the heart chakra. Staying connected to the breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, palms melt through, heart center down to the mat. We inhale, left hand into the sky. Little twist on the other side. Rolling out the wrist, taking whatever you need. Exhale, left hand comes back down to the mat. Left foot meets the right in downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Our next inhale, we round the spine forward, hips drop as we push ourselves to an upward facing dog. Exhale, setting the hips back, Balasana, child's pose, taking a deep breath here. Our next inhale, we're going to look up at our hands. We're going to start reaching forward as our hips rise on up. Our chest melts into the mat. For melting heart pose, also sometimes called puppy pose. This one gets more intense the higher in the air your hips are. So we're finding that place that feels really good on your body. Deep breaths. Exhale, we'll gently come back to Balasana, child's pose, taking a deep breath here. Our next inhale, we'll round the spine forward, hips drop. We're pushing ourselves to an upward facing dog, letting the head tilt back. Squeezing your elbows into the rib cage, we exhale, lowering our upper body down to the mat. We're getting ready for a cobra breath. With our elbows squeezed in, we inhale, rising on up. Exhale, releasing back down. We'll take 3 more breaths just like this. Really squeezing those arms in, activating the triceps. Exhale, back down. One more breath here. Our next inhale will rise on up to a locust pose. Really reaching ahead. Exhale, we'll release back down. Our next inhale will come back up to locust pose. This is a beautiful place to stay, or maybe you'd like to bend your back legs, reaching behind you, finding your floor bow. Deep breaths here. Exhale, release back down to the mat. We'll push ourselves to an upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hips come into the air, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. We're pedaling out the knees, moving your hips, taking what you need. Our next inhale, right leg comes into the sky. Bending the knee to open the hip. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands. We'll inhale, windmilling our arms open, finding Virabhadrasana, Warrior 2. Our arms are parallel with the earth below. We'll inhale to a reverse warrior, right hand raises. Exhale, back to Warrior 2. And from here, our back foot is going to take a tiny step forward. Boop. Our right hand is going to float down to the ground or to a block, finding that good space so that we can root down into our right foot. And as you're ready, that left leg is going to rise on up, finding Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. If this is a huge struggle, you can always find a wall. If it's not a struggle, you can challenge yourself by moving your focus or your drishti to your hand in the sky. That's always where it gets me. Staying connected to your breath. Exhale, we'll release back to warrior two. Beautiful work. Windmilling your hands back down to the mat. Right foot meets the left in downward facing dog. Pedaling out your knees, taking whatever you need. Our next inhale brings your left leg into the sky, bending the knee to open the hip. Exhale, left foot steps forward. We inhale, windmilling the arms open, finding warrior two on the other side. Deep breath here. Inhale, left hand rises, reverse warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. From here, that back foot takes a little step forward. Left hand finds the block or the ground. We find that spot where we have a nice space and we're able to root down into our left side. And from here, we're able to rise on up into our Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Staying connected to your breath. Finding that drishti focal point to help you balance. Mine is this plant in front of me right now. Holding on for dear life. Exhale, we'll gently release back to warrior two. Beautiful work. Let's windmill our hands back down to the mat. Left foot meets the right in downward facing dog. Inhale, rounding the spine forward, hips drop. We'll push ourselves to an upward facing dog. Exhale, sending the hips back, Balasana, child's pose. Deep breath here. Rising back up to a tabletop position. We tuck the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hips in the air, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg into the sky, bending the knee to really open the hip. Exhale, right knee to right wrist. We're finding pigeon pose, Kapotasana. Feel free to pop a block underneath your right glute to help create space for your hips. Otherwise, we're just finding the version of this pose that feels best on your body. This is a beautiful place to stay. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, we can bend that back leg, reaching behind us, finding our mermaid pose. Or if you're working with a king pigeon, Ekapara Rajaka Padasana, you can really flip that grip, getting that nice shoulder and heart opener. And once again, we're just finding the version of this pose that feels best for you. Oop, not today. Take a deep breath in, releasing that back leg if you took it. Exhale, gently lowering down to your mat block or pillow, finding your way into the most comfortable version of sleeping pigeon. We're here for quite a few deep breaths, so if you feel anything pinching or pulling, that's your body's way of telling you to ease off. Deep breaths here. And next inhale, we'll gently rise back up. Hands on the mat, tucking your left toes, left knee raises, right foot meets the left in downward facing dog. Deep breath here. As you're ready, we'll inhale left leg into the sky, bending the knee to really open the hip. Exhale, left knee to left wrist, hips drop. We're finding Kapotasana, pigeon pose on the other side. And once again, just finding the version of this pose that feels best for your body. Maybe we stay right here. Maybe we bend that back leg. Listening to your body. Deep breaths here. And feel free to play around with your variation. Releasing that back leg. If you took it, we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, coming back down to the mat, finding your sleeping pigeon. Listening to your body. Deep breaths here. Our next inhale, we'll gently rise back up to pigeon pose. Taking a breath here. Tucking the right toes, right knee raises, left foot meets the right in downward facing dog. I once had a yoga student tell me recently that it's during the second sleeping pigeon that everything else really just melts away. And truer words have never been spoken. Our next inhale, we're rounding the spine forward, hips drop. We're pushing ourselves to an upward facing dog. Exhale, sending our hips back, Balasana, child's pose. Deep breath here. We'll rise back up to a seated position on our knees. And from here, we can windmill our hands to the lower back to protect our lumbar spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, little back bend. Finding a supported hero's pose. Maybe this is enough of a back bend, or if you'd like to go deeper, we can release to the mat, finding a full hero. Deep breath here. We'll gently release out of our hero's pose. Take whatever little bends and neck rolls you might need. We'll gently release down to a seated position on the mat with our sit bones on the ground, our legs straight out in front of us. We're in Dandasana, staff pose. Rolling out the ankles, swooshing our feet from side to side, flexing and pointing the toes. We inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, reaching for your feet, letting your head hang. Taking a deep breath. Put a good bend in your knees. We're letting our chest mount into our thighs. Next inhale, we're going to rise on up. Our left foot comes to the inner right thigh. We'll inhale, arms come overhead, turn to your toes. Exhale, reaching for your right foot, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. Our next inhale, we'll gently rise back up. We'll take a breath to switch out the legs. And as you're ready, we'll inhale, arms come overhead, turn to your toes. Exhale, reaching for your left foot, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. Our next inhale, we'll gently rise back up, bringing the soles of the feet together in Bandha Konasana, butterfly pose. I like to have my blocks underneath my knees for this one. We'll place one hand on the heart, the other on our sacral. Closing the eyes, we take this opportunity to come back to the breath, back to this present moment. Whenever you're ready, we'll gently release our upper body down to the mat, finding our way into a reclined butterfly. Feel free to adjust your props however you need. Maybe you'd like to place them behind your shoulders, getting a nice little chest opener here. Deep breath. And once we're here in our reclined butterfly, we tune back into our heart space, not only our center of love, but our center of compassion. Reminding ourselves that it's okay to have compassion for the self, even though we so often feel like we deserve love less on the days when we make mistakes or when we're struggling. When really the exact opposite is true. You are unconditionally worthy of all the love you give, all the love you receive. And no one can ever take this love away from you. It is the core of your being. It is bringing balance to all other things. Whenever you're ready, we'll gently release our blocks to the side. Staying in a supine position. We'll inhale, bringing our knees together. Exhale, hugging your knees into the chest. Give yourself some love. Releasing your head back down, we'll straighten the left leg, hugging the right knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right knee sails to the left, upper body twists to the right for a supine twist. Deep breaths here. Our next inhale, we'll come back to center. Exhale, hugging the knees to align the spine. Releasing your head back down, we'll straighten the right leg, hugging your left knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left knee sails to the right, upper body twists to the left, finding our supine twist on the other side. Deep breaths here. We'll inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hugging the knees to align the spine. Giving yourself so much love. We'll release our head back down, grabbing the outer edges of the feet, finding Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Rocking from side to side. And enjoying these last few movements before making our way to our final Savasana, corpse pose. Palms facing up. Eyes are closed. Focus returns to the breath. You can feel free to take on whatever restorative yoga pose might be calling to you here. Maybe it's bent knees or legs up the wall. Take what you need. you can feel free to stay here as long as you need. But whenever you're ready, we'll start to wake the body back up by wiggling the fingers and the toes, inviting in an awakening breath. And as you're ready, you'll gently roll to the side, supporting your head with your arms, taking a deep breath here. We'll gently push ourselves back up to a comfortable seated position in Sukhasana, where we'll meet with our hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra, sealing in all of the good energy from today's practice. Thank you so much for being here, for doing this act of self-love that is yoga. The light, love, and divinity in me honors the light, love, and divinity in you. Thumbs come to the third eye, we bow. Namaste.